The British government is facing some fresh challenges in the court. This after the government decided to give the go-ahead for the country's first new coal mine in almost about 30 years. And this was done to counter this, the environmental campaigners have now taken the government to court. A group named Friends of Earth has filed a case at the High Court in London, while another group called South Lakes Action on Climate Change has filed a case at the High Court in Manchester, citing climate change as the reason behind the litigation. The cases filed against the government have in fact come after ministers granted planning permission for a new coal mine in Cumbria on the 7th of December. Moreover, opponents of the government have said that the mine would create more greenhouse gas emissions, and its approval is contrary to the British government's stated net zero goals that are to be achieved by the year 2050. Considering the current geopolitical tensions, the decision taken by the United Kingdom, like many other countries, is to increase its energy dependence. It has come in the wake of the Ukraine war. US-led sanctions have in fact cut off Russian gas supplies to Europe. Moreover, if you remember last year in September, the blasts in the Nord Stream gas pipeline in the Baltic Sea had also complicated Europe's energy supplies, as it was the primary cause of Europe's and West's energy dependence. So in Germany as well, climate activists are protesting against the expansion of coal mine that has become a huge bone of contention.
Ist doch Quatsch, was ihr macht mit euren Spaziergängen. Es ist doch alles entschieden. Die Woche wird gesprochen. Sie haben dafür gesorgt, dass
The German police, however, has removed all climate activists from a German village that was soon to be destroyed. Hundreds of police officers cleared nearly about 300 activists from Lützerath in an operation that began on Wednesday. The police say that they've removed activists who were waiting in tree houses days after the clashes broke out between both sides.
Currently, the last houses are being demolished. There were still activists in them. We have taken a few people down from the trees and they have left the area voluntarily. It is difficult to say when the end is expected. What we can say for sure is that as long as the demolition is going on, the police will still be here to prevent a new occupation of Lützerath.
The environmentalists say that bulldozing the village to expand the gas whaler mine would actually result in a huge amount of greenhouse gas emissions. The German government and also the utility company RWE has argued that coal is needed to ensure Germany's energy security. All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of what's actually playing out in Britain, we're being joined in by our correspondent Alex Izat, who's been tracking the developments very closely for us from London. Alex, this is an important moment in terms of whether Britain will be able to achieve its climate goals or not. The government has given a go-ahead for a new coal mine, but there are protests that have broken out against it.
Well, yes, at the moment the UK's reputation for being at the global forefront of climate change is definitely under scrutiny. There are a few issues at the moment going on with the coal mine that has been granted planning permission, and as you rightly say, the Friends of Earth have been put forward to a judicial review now towards the High Court. Now that has quite a few steps to it before we finalise whether or not there is going to be a coal mine put in place. So at the moment the judges will deem whether or not the case for planning is lawful. So Friends of Earth are suggesting that the whole premise of building a coal mine in Cumbria is not lawful. They said that Michael Gove has said that he would offset the emissions using carbon credits, international carbon credits, which they say is not the legal process, and having more emissions coming into the planet will definitely not help with the net zero plans for the future. Now also, this particular coal mine is not to help heat homes and reduce the cost of living bills for many, it's to produce steel. So that is another aspect. Does the country really need this extra coal mine built at all? The government say that it will add about 500 to 1,000 jobs in the area over the next 5 years. But then again, campaigners are saying, well, if they start installation processes and house building to ensure better insulation, then that could also give jobs to all of those hundreds and thousands of people as well.
Absolutely indeed. Thank you very much indeed, Alex Izat, for joining us from London and getting us those insights there. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.